Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Podcast Voice. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Riley.
Okay, I have to start this deep dive with a confession.
Oh?
I am an absolute master of setting these huge, beautiful, ambitious English learning goals. I'll be like, I am going to study for 2 hours every single night.
Right, that first burst of energy, the new notebook, new me feeling.
Totally. And I'm great for like maybe 2 or 3 days. I'm on fire. But then it just happens. The work gets a little boring or I have a hard day, and that huge wave of motivation just poof, it's gone.
And then you stop.
I stop, and then I feel guilty, and the whole cycle just starts over again next month.
You've just described, I think, the biggest struggle for any learner, and it's the exact problem we're digging into today.
Yeah.
We all think we need more motivation.
Right. I just need to feel more excited.
But the research is so clear on this. Motivation is a feeling. It's like the weather. It comes and goes. And if you wait to feel ready, you'll spend your whole life waiting.
So if motivation isn't the answer, what is?
It's all about discipline, but not in a harsh way. Discipline is the small, simple system you build. It's the habit that keeps you going, even when you don't feel like it.
And that's what we're going to break down today. We're going to look at the 5-minute rule, which is a total game changer.
And we're revealing 7 secret techniques from language experts, including one called chunking, that will make listening to fast English so much easier.
Plus, you'll want to stick around to the very end. We've got a little pop quiz for you with the most important words from our discussion.
It's all about making your English automatic.
So if you want to make sure you get all these strategies, please take 1 second right now to subscribe to English Podcast Voice and give this episode a like. It really, really helps us out.
It really does.
Okay, let's get into it. The myth of motivation.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Because it feels so real, right? That initial excitement.
It does. It feels powerful. Why shouldn't I trust that feeling?
Because it's designed for starting things, not for finishing them. The sources we looked at describe it like gasoline on a fire.
Whoosh! A big flame.
A huge flame, but it burns out almost immediately. You can't rely on it to keep the fire going all night.
I love that analogy from the source material, the one about the wind.
Oh, yeah.
Motivation is like having a strong wind behind your boat. It feels effortless. But the next day...
Nothing. Dead calm. And if you don't have an engine, you're just stuck.
So discipline is the engine.
Discipline is the engine. It's the choice to do what you said you would do, even when, and maybe especially when, you don't want to.
But doesn't that feel, I don't know, a bit like punishing yourself? Ugh, I have to do my 5 minutes.
That's such an important question. The sources reframe this so well. It's not punishment. It's actually an act of self-respect.
Self-respect. How so?
Well, every time you keep a small promise to yourself, I will study for 5 minutes, you're sending a message to your own brain.
What message?
The message is, I am a person who follows through. My goals matter. You build trust with yourself.
Wow, okay, I've never thought of it like that. It's not a chore, it's showing my self-respect.
Exactly. And that ties right into this idea of the future self.
The future self.
Every tiny difficult thing you do today, reading one article, learning one phrase, it's a gift you are sending to the person you will be in a year.
So instead of thinking, grammar, I should be thinking, this is for future me.
Yes. The future you who's going to be traveling confidently or getting that better job, that person's going to look back and be so grateful that you didn't give up when you were tired.
That's a much more powerful reason to study than just checking a box.
It is. It connects the small daily action to the big life goal. And that brings us to goals versus systems.
Okay, because my goal is always huge, like be fluent.
And that's fine. Goals are great for direction. They're the destination. But a goal won't get you there. A system will.
What's the difference exactly?
A goal is the result. I want to be fluent. A system is the process you follow that leads to that result.
So a system would be?
A system would be, every day after I brush my teeth, I will review 5 flashcards. You stop focusing on fluency, and you focus only on mastering the action of reviewing those 5 cards.
Ah, I see. So don't worry about running the marathon. Just focus on the system of putting on your running shoes every morning.
Exactly that. Because if you master that system, the rest starts to take care of itself. You build momentum.
Okay, this is the perfect place to start. Building that system, that momentum, by starting small.
This is the single biggest piece of advice from all the sources. The tiny habit principle.
Which feels like cheating, and I love it. We're not talking an hour of study. We're talking, what, 5 minutes?
5 minutes, or even 2. The point isn't to learn 100 words in that first session.
What is the point, then?
The point is psychological. It's to build your confidence and to build that forward motion we just talked about.
Because my brain can't really say no to 5 minutes, 2 hours. It will scream no, but 5 minutes.
5 minutes is nothing. It's easy. So you do it. And you get a small win. And you do it the next day. Another small win.
And those wins build up.
They build up. And after a week or two, it stops feeling like work. It just becomes natural, like brushing your teeth. It's just something you do.
And that feeling, that
Yeah,
that sense that it's easier to keep going than to stop, that leads right into our first deep dive vocabulary word.
it does. That unstoppable force is called momentum.
Okay, let's stop and unpack that. Momentum. I've heard it in sports, the team has all the momentum. But how does it work for learning? It sounds like it means speed, but we're talking about starting slow.
That's a great question. In habits, momentum isn't about the initial speed. It's about the force that something keeps moving after it has started. In plain English, it's that feeling where it's actually easier to keep doing the habit than it is to stop. You've pushed the boulder past the hardest part, and now it's rolling downhill.
Ah, okay, so it's the energy you build up over time.
Exactly. Let me give you a few examples so you can hear how it sounds.
Okay.
A formal one could be: after publishing 3 articles, the writer built enough momentum to finish the entire book.
Okay, the early wins fueled the bigger project. Got it.
A more casual one: we lost our workout momentum after that long vacation, and now it's so hard to get back to the gym.
I feel that one deeply.
Right. The chain was broken. And here's a funny one. The cat built so much momentum running down the hallway that it couldn't stop before hitting the sofa.
I can picture that. The unstoppable force.
Okay.
Okay, let's try a quick role play. I'm a learner, and I'm feeling tired.
Go for it.
Oh, I studied for 5 days in a row. I really want to skip today, but I'm afraid of losing my momentum.
Don't skip. Just do 5 minutes. That's all you need to keep the momentum going. It's so much easier than starting over from zero tomorrow.
Okay, you're right. I'll do it. I have to protect my momentum.
Perfect. And remember the words that usually go with it. We say, you build momentum, you lose momentum, or you keep the momentum going.
Build, lose, keep. Got it.
Okay, so we know we need to start small to build that momentum. What are the actual habits? The source has laid out 5 really practical ones.
Yeah, let's get into the specifics, the actual systems.
Let's start with input. The first one is so simple. Listen every day.
Just listen.
Just listen. 5 or 10 minutes while you're making breakfast or walking.
Yeah.
And here's the key. Don't try to understand every single word.
So I shouldn't be pausing and running to the dictionary.
Yeah, that creates friction. Just let the sounds and the rhythm of English wash over you. Your brain will start to pick up the patterns subconsciously.
I like that. Low pressure. What's the next one?
The next input habit is more active. It's called shadowing.
The voice mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You repeat a sentence right after you hear a native speaker say it. You're not just copying the words, you're copying the music, the emotion, the rhythm.
And I remember reading, you can even just whisper it, right?
Whispering is perfect.
Yeah.
It's about training the muscles in your mouth to make the sounds. It connects your ears to your mouth.
Okay, so that's input, listening, and shadowing. What about output?
Great question. The first output habit is to write something every day.
Not grammar exercises, though.
No, absolutely not. Write about your real life. Today I woke up late. I had coffee. The weather is nice.
Even if it's simple and full of mistakes.
Especially if it's full of mistakes. The goal is to train your brain to form thoughts directly in English without translating in your head first.
That makes sense. Okay, what's next?
Next is a maintenance habit, and it's a brilliant brain hack. Review words before sleep.
Just before you go to sleep, why then?
Because of something called memory consolidation. When you're in deep sleep, your brain is organizing all the information from the day.
Uh-huh.
If you review just 3 to 5 new words right before you sleep, you're basically telling your brain, hey, this stuff is important, store it properly.
So my brain does the hard work when I'm sleeping. Sign me up.
It's the most efficient studying you'll ever do.
Okay, one more habit.
The last one is my favorite output habit. Talk to yourself in English.
You mean like narrate my life?
Exactly.
Oh.
Okay, I'm making coffee now. I need to get a spoon. Where's the sugar? You're connecting the language to your immediate physical world.
And nobody is there to judge my mistakes. It's a safe space.
It's the safest space possible.
Yeah.
And it makes English a real tool, not just a school subject.
All 5 of these habits, listening, shadowing, writing, reviewing, narrating, they all rely on one single principle that's more important than how long you do them.
Yes, they all require consistency.
Okay, time for our next stop and unpack. Consistency. The sources talk about this way more than, like, intensity. Why is consistency so much more powerful than a big 8-hour study session once a month?
Because consistency is the quality of doing something the same way over and over for a long time. It's about the rhythm. The brain learns through repetition, not through one-time massive efforts.
So it's the daily heartbeat of learning.
Perfect way to put it. An 8-hour session is like a huge meal. You can't digest it all. 15 minutes every day is like small, healthy meals. Your brain can actually process it.
That makes so much sense.
Let me give you some examples.
Please.
A formal one. The study showed that learning results are achieved through daily consistency, not just long hours. A casual one. Her consistency on social media is amazing. She posts a new video every single day.
Right, the reliability.
And a funny one. If I applied sunblock with this level of consistency, I would never get a sunburn.
I wish. Okay, let's do a quick scenario. Imagine there's a learner who studies for 8 hours, but only once a month.
Okay, that's learner A.
And then there's me, learner B, and I do 15 minutes every single day, no matter what.
Learner A will burn out, and they'll forget most of what they learned between sessions.
But me.
You, with your consistency, will make slow but steady progress. Your knowledge will build on itself every single day. Your habit will become automatic.
The consistent small habit always wins.
Every time. And the words we use with it are things like build consistency, stay consistent, or if you're struggling, you lack consistency.
We want to build consistency.
That's the goal.
All right, now that we have the habits down, I want to dive into a specific problem, listening. I can read English pretty well, but when a native speaker talks fast, it's just a blur.
You are not alone. It's probably the #1 frustration for intermediate learners. The sources had some amazing, very specific hacks for this.
Let's get into them. What's tip number 1?
Tip 1 is the absolute key to understanding fast speech. You have to learn to identify chunking.
Chunking, like pieces of something?
Exactly. Native speakers don't say word by word. We group words into little packages of sound or chunks.
Like when someone says, what do you want to do? It sounds like, what do you want to do?
That's a perfect example. If you're listening for 6 separate words, you'll miss it. But if your ear is trained to hear the chunk, what do you want to do?
You get it instantly.
You get it instantly. It's about hearing the music, not the individual notes.
Okay, this feels like a secret code. Let's stop and unpack chunking. How do I actually train my brain to hear those chunks? It's so used to listening for single words.
So chunking is really just the technique of grouping words together as they naturally flow in speech. It's about focusing on the rhythm where sounds connect and disappear, rather than on perfect separated words.
It really does feel like a hack.
It is the biggest listening hack there is. Let's look at some examples. Formally, you might hear a linguist say, for language processing, identifying chunking is a core skill for improving native listening speed.
Okay, so it's a real academic concept.
Oh, definitely. Casually, you'd say.
Yeah.
When you practice chunking, you realize I'm gonna is way more common than I am going to.
Right.
And a funny one. My brain trying to understand a fast speaker without chunking just sounds like one long, confusing word.
That is exactly how it feels.
Well-
Okay, let's try the demo. Say a sentence word by word and then say it chunked.
Okay, word by word. I do not know what you are talking about.
Okay, 9 separate words.
Yeah.
Very clear, but very slow.
Now, naturally, with chunking,
I don't know what you're talking about.
whoa, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like 3 or 4 sound units.
Exactly. Your job is to train your ear to catch those chunks.
So I need to practice chunking and identify chunking.
And you'll start hearing how words get grouped into chunks. That's the key.
Okay, what's listening hack number 2? Accent hunting. This is about building flexible ears.
What do you mean?
If you only ever listen to American English, the first time you hear someone with a Scottish or Australian accent, you might panic. The sounds are different.
Right, your brain isn't prepared.
So you need to expose your ears to what they call the Big Four: American, British, Canadian, and Australian accents. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to make your ears more adaptable.
That's smart. Okay, tip 3.
Listen to known content. This is a great one. Watch a movie you've already seen in your own language, but this time watch it in English.
So my brain already knows the story.
Exactly. Your brain isn't working hard to understand the plot, so it can dedicate all of its energy to just focusing on the language. It lowers the stress level.
I love that.
Yeah.
And tip 4.
Read the transcript before listening. This feels like cheating, but it's not,
Why not?
because it primes your brain. You preload the vocabulary and the sentence structures. Then when you listen, you're not trying to figure out what they're saying.
You're just focusing on how they're saying it. The pronunciation, the rhythm, The chunking.
You got it. It separates the tasks and makes listening an exercise in sound recognition, not a vocabulary test.
Okay, the outline had 7 tips. What are the last 3?
Right, the more advanced ones. Tip 5 is to practice listening at 1.25x speed.
Faster. That sounds terrifying.
It's a training technique. If you force your brain to keep up with a slightly faster speed, even if you don't understand everything,
Then when I go back to normal speed, it will feel slow.
it will feel incredibly slow and clear. It's like lifting heavier weights at the gym to make the normal weight feel light.
That's a great trick. Okay, number 6.
Focus on content words. Ignore function words.
What's the difference?
Content words carry the main meaning, nouns, verbs, adjectives. Function words are the little grammar words. A, E is of. In fast speech, you can often ignore the function words.
So if I hear I'm go store later, my brain can fill in the gaps.
Your brain is amazing at that. Just catch the important keywords.
And the last one, tip 7.
Backchain your pronunciation. When you're trying to learn a long, tricky sentence, don't start at the beginning. Start with the last word.
The last word.
Yep, master the last word. Then add the second to last word and say them together. Then the third to last. You work backwards. It helps you master the intonation at the end of the phrase, which is often the hardest part.
Wow. 7 really solid strategies. That's a whole toolkit.
It is, but all these habits and strategies, they still face one enemy, our own brains.
Ah, yes. The internal barriers.
We need to talk about the willpower battery.
The willpower battery, I'm guessing mine runs out around 3 p.m. every day.
That's exactly how it works. The research shows that willpower isn't infinite. It's a resource that gets used up throughout the day.
Set strong in the morning.
Usually, yes. And by 9 p.m., when you're tired from work and making decisions all day, your battery is low. That's why it's so hard to resist snacks or to start studying late at night.
I was setting myself up to fail. I always plan my big study sessions for the evening.
You were trying to run on an empty battery. This is why you need to automate decisions.
What does that mean?
The fewer decisions you have to make, the less willpower you use. So, you should plan your study session the night before. Decide exactly when and where it will happen.
So I'd write down, tomorrow at 7:05 a.m., I will do 5 minutes of shadowing at my desk.
Perfect. No decision is needed in the morning. The plan is already made. You just execute.
You take the tired, emotional brain out of the equation.
You do. And you can support that with environment design.
Making your space work for you, not against you.
Right. You want to make the good choice easy and the bad choice hard.
Give me an example.
Put your English book on your pillow before you go to bed. That's easy. It's right there. And put your phone in another room. That's hard. You've added friction to the distraction.
So simple, but so smart. You're designing for success.
Environment is more powerful than motivation. And the final piece of the mindset is kindness.
What happens when I fail? When I miss a day?
Real discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about yelling at yourself, "You're so lazy." That just creates shame.
So what's the discipline response?
It's honest and kind. Okay, I missed today. That's fine. I will start again tomorrow. Discipline is not about never falling down. It's about always getting back up.
Always returning. I like that. It feels more human, more possible.
It is. But even with all of this, we still sometimes just delay.
Oh, yes. The big one. The final boss of bad habits.
Which brings us to our last vocabulary word for today.
I know this one all too well. To procrastinate.
Let's unpack it. Procrastinate. I think everyone knows what this feels like, but I often hear people say, "I'm procrastinating because I'm lazy." Is that really what's going on?
I don't know. It feels like laziness. But the sources said it was deeper.
It's much deeper. To procrastinate means to delay or put off doing something important. But we usually do it not because we're lazy, but because the task makes us feel bad in some way.
How so?
We feel overwhelmed or scared of feeling. We're just bored. Procrastination is an emotional regulation strategy. Your brain is saying, "I don't like this feeling, let's do something easier instead."
So it's an emotional fight, not a time management problem. That explains why the 5-minute rule works. It makes the task feel less scary.
You got it. It removes the negative emotion. Here are some examples of the word in use, a formal one. Many students procrastinate on large assignments because they fear they won't be able to do them perfectly.
The fear of failure. Totally.
A casual one. I need to clean the kitchen, but I keep procrastinating by scrolling on my phone.
The classic move. Replacing a hard task with an easy one.
And a funny, but very real one. I will procrastinate on buying milk until the exact moment I need it for my coffee every single day.
Are you watching me in my kitchen? Because that is me. That is pure procrastination.
Huh, so let's do a quick skit. You're putting off your English practice.
Okay. Uh, I know I should practice my chunking exercises, but my desk suddenly looks so messy. I think I need to organize these pens first. I'm totally procrastinating.
I know that feeling. Don't think about the whole exercise. Just open the app. That's it. One tiny step is all you need to break the procrastination cycle.
That's the key. Just one small, non-scary step.
Yep. So we talk about the verb to procrastinate on something. Or you could say you have a tendency to procrastinate. The goal is to learn how to stop procrastinating.
Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to a segment we call the common mistake.
Let's do it.
So a lot of learners might say something like, I have low motivation, so I can't start my English. What's the mistake there, and what would sound more natural?
The mistake is really in the mindset. It's treating motivation like a requirement. A native speaker understanding this concept would rephrase it to show that.
Oh.
They'd say something like, my motivation is low, but I'm going to rely on my discipline. Or, I'm not feeling it today, but I'm going to stick to my system anyway.
Ah, so you're showing you know that feelings aren't in charge.
Exactly. What's another common one?
The idea of perfection. Learners might say, I need to make the perfection in my English.
Right. And while the grammar is a bit off, the bigger issue is the goal itself.
Yeah.
Perfection leads to procrastination because you're scared of making mistakes.
So what's a better way to say it and think about it?
You'd want to replace the idea of perfection with consistency. A native speaker would say, I'm focusing on consistency, not perfection.
Or, I know I'll make mistakes, but the important thing is to keep practicing.
That's a perfect, healthy, and natural-sounding mindset.
All right, are you ready for the pop quiz?
I am. Let's see if you and everyone listening were paying attention.
Oh, get me?
Question 1. What word describes the quality of doing something the same way every single day, which is way more powerful than one big study session?
That is definitely consistency.
Correct. Question 2.
Right.
What is the verb for delaying an important task because you feel overwhelmed or afraid to start it?
That is the big one, to procrastinate.
Spot on. And for the final question, what is the name of the technique where you listen for groups of words linked together in fast speech, like wanna or gonna?
The secret listening hack. That is chunking.
3 for 3. Excellent work.
Okay, so let's wrap this up with the 3 biggest takeaways from our deep dive today.
First, and most importantly, discipline over motivation. Don't wait for the feeling. Build the system.
Second, start small to build momentum. The 5-minute rule is your best friend. Make it too small to fail.
And third, focus on consistency over perfection. Showing up is more important than being perfect.
And now for your micro challenge. We want you to put this into practice right now.
In the comments below, use one of the 4 words we unpacked today: momentum, consistency, chunking, or procrastinate to describe your own English learning plan or challenge.
It's your first tiny, disciplined action.
And a final thought to leave you with. Success in English isn't really about reaching the destination of fluency.
It's about the person you become during the journey. The person who learns to show up, to be kind to themselves, and to keep going, one small step at a time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to English Podcast Voice. It helps us keep these deep dives coming.
I'm Quinn. See you next time.